Myths and Legends by T.W. Rolleston, Chapter 8, Myths and Tales of the Cymry, The Castle of Wonders. We now come into what the reader will immediately recognize as the atmosphere of the Grail legend. Peredur came to a castle beside a lake, where he found a venerable man with attendants about him, who were fishing in the lake. As Peredur approached, the aged man rose and went into the castle, and Peredur saw that he was lame. Hey, don't make fun of me. Peredur entered and was hospitably received in a great hall. The aged man asked him when they had done their meal, if he knew how to fight with the sword, and promised to teach him all knightly accomplishments, and the manners and customs of different countries, and courtesy and gentleness, and noble bearing. And he added, I am thy uncle, thy mother's brother. Finally he bade them ride forth, and remember whatever he saw that might cause him wonder, not to ask the meaning of it, if no one had the courtesy to inform him. This is the test of obedience and self-restraint, on which the rest of the adventure turns. We see this theme occurs before in Surah 18 of the Quran. Well, wait till I inform you. Don't just ask about it. Khidr and Musa. On the next riding forth, Peredur came to a vast desert wood, beyond which he found a great castle, the Castle of Wonders. He entered it by the open door, and found a stately, hoary-headed man, sitting in a great hall, with many pages about him, who received Peredur honorably. At meat, Peredur sat beside the lord of the castle, who asked him, when they had done, if he could fight with the sword. Were I to receive instruction, said Peredur, I think I could. The lord then gave Peredur a sword, and bade him strike at a great iron staple that was in the floor. Peredur did so, and cut the staple in two, but the sword also flew into two parts. Place the two parts together, said the lord. Peredur did so, and they became one again, both sword and staple. A second time this was done, with the same result. A third time neither sword nor staple would reunite. Thou hast arrived, said the Lord, at 2/3 of thy strength. He then declared that he also was Peredur's uncle and brother to the fisher lord with whom Peredur had lodged on the previous night. As they discoursed, two youths entered the hall, bearing a spear of mighty size, from the point of which 3 streams of blood dropped upon the ground. And all the company, when they saw this, began wailing and lamenting with a great outcry. But the Lord took no notice, and did not break off his discourse with Peredur. Next there came in 2 maidens, carrying between them a large salver, on which, amid a profusion of blood, lay a man's head. Thereupon the wailing and lamenting began even more loudly than before, but at last they fell silent, and Peredur was led off to his chamber. Mindful of the injunction of the fisher lord, he had shown no surprise at what he saw, nor had he asked the meaning of it. He then rode forth again in quest of other adventures, which he had in bewildering abundance, and which had no particular relation to the main theme. The mystery of the castle is not revealed till the last pages of the story. The head in the silver dish was that of a cousin of Peredur's. The lance was the weapon with which he was slain, and with which also the uncle of Peredur, the fisher lord, had been lamed. Peredur had been shown these things to incite him to avenge the wrong, and to prove his fitness for the task. The 9 sorceresses of Gloucester, how's that pronounced, are said to have been those who worked these evils on the relatives of Peredur. On learning These matters Peredur, with the help of Arthur, attacked the sorceresses, who were slain every one, and the vengeance was also accomplished. So we are a city of 9 gates, and the number 9 appears a whole lot of times in mythology. And perhaps the moon card should have had 9 witches.